Albania is becoming an increasingly popular tourist destination year on year thanks to its stunning scenery, fascinating historic sites, and welcoming people. Nowadays, visitors are invariably surprised at all it has to offer, from beautiful beaches alongside breathtaking mountain ranges to a 13th century hilltop castle and fallout shelters turned into stores and hotels. Before we check out our list of the top 10 places to visit, just a reminder that we have an interesting fact about Albania waiting for you towards the end. With picturesque towns such as Gjirokaster and Berat for visitors to enjoy, there is always something new to see and do. A fascinating country, now is the time to visit the best places in Albania, as the word is quickly spreading about what this hidden gem has to offer. Let us get into a few of those noteworthy places. With its welcoming turquoise waters and beautiful beaches that stretch into the distance, the gorgeous scenery of Dhermi is where many young Albanians head to in the summer. It is also home to some pulsating nightlife. Located on a mountain slope overlooking the sea, the town boasts some stunning sunsets. While there is a fun and festive atmosphere about the place, with lively beachside bars blaring out music, there is more than enough beach to go around. You can always find a peaceful spot to simply kick back and enjoy the scenery of the Albanian Riviera. Once the capital of Albania, Durres is located not far from Tirana on the country's coastline. It is a very popular destination, which means that it can get a bit crowded during the summer. Along the seafront, there are lots of restaurants selling delicious fresh seafood. Fought over for millennia by the Bulgarians, Greeks, Venetians, and Ottomans, among others, its wealth of historic sites entice just as many people as its beaches. The spectacular Roman amphitheater and fantastic archaeological museum are the undoubted highlights. Sarande. With its stunning location on the Ionian Sea, Sarande is blessed with year-round warm water, sparkling waters, and a relaxed way of life. While the seafront is a bit overdeveloped with its line of identity-less apartment blocks, there are lots of nice parts of Sarande to walk around, and loads of bars, restaurants, and souvenir shops on offer. In addition to the ancient ruins found in the town, Sarande's surroundings are full of historic sites and natural beauty, making it a great place to use as a base to explore the region. Shkodra. Lying just a stone's throw away from the huge lake Shkodra that straddles the Montenegro-Albania border, Shkodra is a very pretty city to visit. The Buna River runs through town and the Albanian Alps can be seen off in the distance. The undoubted highlight is Rozafa Castle. Throughout its history, it has been ruled by the Illyrians, Venetians, and Ottomans, to name a few. The magnificent ramparts and ruins of the castle are fun to explore, and the views over Shkodra are breathtaking. Although the center of the city has recently undergone extensive renovations, there are still plenty of lovely old buildings and historic sites to be found, such as the Ebu Bekir Mosque and Orthodox Cathedral. Berat. Widely regarded as one of the prettiest cities in the whole of the Balkans, Berat is known as the town of 1,000 windows, as so many windows peer out at you from the front of its hillside buildings, which are so tightly clustered together. Located on a hillside, there are several Ottoman-era mosques and Byzantine churches scattered about the town. One of the best views of Berat is from across the banks of the Uzumi River, which runs through it. While simply wandering around Berat is a lovely way to spend time, the town also has a great 13th century hilltop castle, which is worth visiting for the outstanding views. There are also 2 interesting museums with some fascinating local costumes and artifacts on display, and some splendid 16th century icons. Himare. With its beautiful setting on the Albanian Riviera, Himare's sparkling turquoise waters and spectacular hilly coastline make it a great place to head if you're after some sun, sea, and sand. While its beaches and the peaceful seaside promenade are what most people come for, the historic old town is lovely to wander around. Its atmospheric tavernas are full of Mediterranean charm and delicious local seafood. Perched atop a hill overlooking the old town is a delightful castle, which offers wonderful views over the sea. The nearby mountains also have some lovely trails and viewpoints for visitors to enjoy, while the surrounding countryside is home to spectacular churches and monasteries, such as the Monastery of the Cross and Athalio Tisa. Gjirokaster. Located in the south of the country, Gjirokaster is a delight to visit. Its beautiful old town is perched on the side of a hill overlooking a valley, and its winding cobbled streets are full of quaint buildings and historic sites. With over 500 homes and buildings protected and preserved as cultural monuments, Gjirokaster is full of wonderful architecture. It is often known as the City of Stone due to the distinctive local roofs that can be seen everywhere you go. Perched above the scenic Old Bazaar is Gjirokaster Castle, reputed to be the second largest in the whole of the Balkans. A fascinating place to visit, the castle has an underground Cold War-era bunker and an armaments museum for visitors to enjoy, alongside its impressive fortifications and ruins. Kruje. Lying just to the north of Tirana, Kruje, or Kruje as it is known in English, is famous for being the home city of Albania's national hero Gjergj Skanderbeg. In the 15th century, Gjergj managed to hold out against the Ottomans for 25 years from his base in Kruje. Known as the Adriatic Balcony by locals, the craggy mountains that looks over the city is home to the majestic Kruje Castle, which was once Skanderbeg's base. Nowadays, there is an interesting museum about the hero as well as a fantastic 15th century church located within its walls. The panoramic view from the castle are simply spectacular. Butrint National Park. Home to several diverse ecosystems and stunning archaeological sites, Butrint National Park is a popular tourist destination, in large part due to its proximity to the Greek island of Corfu. Many people come to see its majestic blend of history and nature. The main attraction, however, is the amazing archaeological site which covers over 2,500 years of history. This includes ancient city walls, remnants of a Roman theater, a Byzantine basilica, and 2 castles. Wandering around the ruins with the beautiful scenery all around you is a delightful experience. Tirana. Once full of gray, unwelcoming communist buildings, Tirana has transformed considerably since the early 90s. Albania's capital is now a fun, friendly, and festive place to visit. Full of life, the now brightly colored pedestrian streets showcase some delightful Ottoman-era buildings and Italian architecture that highlights the country's rich past. While it can be slightly chaotic in the traffic-filled center of town, the scenic Mount Dachti is just a short cable car ride away. With fantastic views of the city below and resplendent nature all around, it's a lovely place to spend an afternoon. With endless bars, cafes, and restaurants to be found around the trendy Bloku area, Tirana has a lively nightlife scene. Visitors to this under-visited capital invariably come away impressed at all that the city has to offer. Thank you for staying with us this far. It's now time for the much-awaited bonus fact. Perhaps the weirdest of Albania's claim to fame is its bunkers. Albania has between 173,000 and 750,000 bunkers, although I believe 173,000 is a better estimate than what the Bunk's Art Museum tells you. These bunkers were built by the former dictator Enver Hoxha as defensive structures in case of invasion by enemy governments which, at that time, were pretty much any other country. They were designed to withstand atomic and chemical attacks and were sometimes built underground. As you would expect, they were never used. Do you have any of the listed places on your bucket list? Comment down below and let us know which one of these is your pick. If you enjoyed the content, uplift the channel by hitting like, subscribe, and also ring the YouTube bell to meet us again in the next video. Until next time.